Hello Mouses! Today I want to talk about the fantastic news that happened yesterday where the Scottish Transgender Alliance managed to convince the Equal Opportunities Committee of the Scottish Parliament that the Spousal Veto in Scotland's version of the Equal Marriage Act has no real reason to be there, and it actually discriminates so massively against trans people that it has to go. And the committee agreed. So in Scotland there is now no spousal veto. This is fantastic news. It really does smack against all of the rhetoric that was going around there. Oh, we need this to protect people. All of those little cisgendered people who really need protection from the nasty trannies, they have to have this protection where they can deny another person, a supposed loved one, all of their rights. Scotland went, yeah, that's not true. We can get rid of that and it won't affect anyone. Because it's true, it doesn't affect anyone. It's fine. If you don't want to be married to a trans person, no one's going to force you, and you can still divorce. There's currently an annulment that says that if you didn't know the person was trans when you married them, you can just annul the marriage. It shouldn't be there, and I'm working very hard to get rid of that annulment, because you should have to just divorce like every other person who finds out there's something about their partner they don't like. You should just have to divorce, but it's there at the moment, so you've got that option. Why do you have to try and deny someone their human rights, but stay married to them? It's ridiculous. So I'm very happy that the veto is gone in Scotland, and it adds impetus to the arguments that we've already got going in our campaign in England and Wales to get rid of the veto here. Because now there is a two-tier system of equality in the UK. Because Scotland says, no, you can't demand that your loved ones, your trans loved ones, have less rights than you do. Whereas England and Wales go, yeah, you can do that, you can just deny them their rights because you don't want to sign a piece of paper. Ridiculous. So we want it gone. However, that doesn't solve everything with the way that Scotland is at the moment, because marriage rights in England and Wales do not transfer over to being Scottish marriage rights just because you move there. And similarly, anyone in Scotland who marries and comes to England and Wales doesn't suddenly find that they're subjected to English and Welsh marriage law. They go with you. The rights that you have at the time that you marry go with you depending on where you were when you married. So a person who marries in Scotland under the new Scottish equal marriage law will have no spousal veto, even if they move to England and Wales. And English and Welsh people, or people who marry in England and Wales under the equal marriage laws that we have and go to Scotland, still have a spousal veto, even though they're in Scotland. It's ridiculous. It's just obtuse. It makes no sense. So we want it gone, and we are fighting for it. I've already written a draft bill to get rid of it in England and Wales. I'm trying to get that pushed through to an MP who's sympathetic, and we're going to work on that, and that's really what I'm really going for in the next few months. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm not saying that it's going to be that bill that goes through, and it might not happen anytime soon, but we are working on it, so let's fingers crossed. But it's ridiculous, as I'm sure you can agree, that we should have one rule for some people and one rule for another, even though we're all supposed to be one big happy family. Yeah, I know we're not, and we all argue, but that's beside the point. Anyway, that's really all I want to say for today. It's good news for Scotland. Hopefully it's going to be good news for England and Wales soon. Northern Ireland, we're still working on it. It's going to be a problem. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did like this. If you did, remember to click a like button, share it with your friends so that they can see what's been going on in the world as well. And do subscribe for future videos, because there will be more in the future. But until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson. You've been watching The Knob Mouse Show, and I'll see you on Monday.